Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. It is 4 a.m. in the morning on Friday. I'm heading off to Montreal to visit the Montreal Botanical Gardens to see their Bonsai and Penjing collection. So, here I go. I made sure all my plants were well watered, so they should be okay. I'm going to leave the lights off in the plant room in the basement. That way they'll use less water, all the trees. The reason I'm leaving so early in the morning is that I want to beat the traffic in Toronto. If I hit that commuter traffic in Toronto, it could cost me a couple of hours probably. Well, maybe not a couple hours, but at least an hour of stop and go traffic. So I'm hoping by the time I hit Toronto, the city's still sleeping and I can slip through Toronto without much of a delay. That's my goal anyway. I'll let you know how it goes. My first stop is Tim Hortons. I got a coffee. I don't normally drink coffee, so I save it for when I'm on a road trip. So I have a coffee and it keeps me really alert for the almost 24 hours. So there I am. I'm hitting the road once again. I am entering the first kind of major city on the way. The sky is just starting to turn a little lighter. We'll see what kind of sunrise we get today. I am on the 401 now, the Trans-Canada Highway. This will take me quite close to Montreal. Another advantage of getting up so early in the morning is that coffee was really fresh. It tasted really good. So it's still dark out. The kilometers are just passing by. I'm just driving and driving and driving. I'm passing by Rattlesnake Point, home of the old ancient cedars. I'm starting to get closer to Toronto, and you can see I'm getting a little bit of traffic, but not much yet. It is 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm starting to hit the Toronto traffic. So far, it's smooth sailing, so that's really good. It is 5:45 now. I'm in the heart of the Toronto traffic, and it's still pretty good. It's moving along smoothly. It is 6 o'clock now in the morning. I have cleared Toronto, so that was awesome. I just flew through Toronto. That rarely happens, so that was great. It was worth getting up early for. I've been on the road for 2 hours now. The road conditions are really good. There's no snow anywhere. So far it's been good sailing. I am getting the first colors in the sky up ahead. Kind of a reddish color. The day is beginning. It is slowly getting lighter out. My first stop will be in Kingston, Ontario. I'm going to stop and get a bite to eat, stretch my legs, and move on. I'm about 3 hours into my journey. I've stopped at a truck stop. I'm going to stretch my legs and see if there's anything open so I can get a bite to eat. I have got my breakfast and I'll be on the road again. So I don't have a cell phone. You might wonder how I stay in communication with my wife. So whenever I debit something at a place like this, she can look at the online banking and she'll know exactly where I am. So right now I'm in Trenton, apparently. I didn't know that, but yeah, Trenton, Ontario. Heading towards Kingston, and I think that'll be, well, maybe my first fuel stop. I'm not sure. I might be able to make it even further to Cornwall. The scenery so far has been trees, lots of trees, lots of pines, very interesting shapes. My first gas stop, 4227 in Kingston. Off I go again. I saw the sign for Cornwall. It is 170 kilometers away, so I was originally going to stay the night in Cornwall. It's kind of a good place to stop, and then, you know, I think it's an hour and a half to Montreal from Cornwall, so I may do that. I'll see how I feel. The scenery just keeps getting better and better. Just beautiful. I'm at another rest stop. I got out, stretched my legs, took a little walk around the parking lot, and I'm ready to go once again. The sun has come out now and looks like a beautiful day ahead. Hi everyone. I did stop in Cornwall. I did a bunch of hotel shopping. I went from hotel to hotel to hotel. They were all like minimum $180, and I didn't want to pay that much, so I kept going down in quality. So finally I went to a motel, and they still wanted, I got this room for $70, which is quite a bit, but it is pretty big. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's a big bed. It's a little too big for me, but you know, it'll do. There's a desk, fireplace, a painting, a little kitchenette here, and a pretty big bathroom. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I guess that's the going rate. I'm not used to these hotel prices, but I guess that was a bargain. The guy told me he has never rented out this room for so cheap, because he originally wanted $80, and I said, oh. He said, well, I'll give it to you for $70, and I said, all right. So there's my $70 room in Cornwall, Ontario. So he said Montreal is about an hour away from here, so I'll just get up early tomorrow morning and drive into Montreal to the Botanical Gardens. Good morning, everyone. It is 5 in the morning. I'm heading off to Montreal now. I had a good night's sleep. So here we go. This will be interesting. I hope I can find the place okay. It looks like it rained overnight. The temperature is quite warm today. That's good. 401 East Montreal. That's where we're headed. I should be hitting the Quebec border sometime up here. I'm not sure when. And then everyone tells me it's about an hour and a half to Montreal. So yeah, there shouldn't be any traffic at this time of the day. So it should be pretty good sailing. I just hope I don't get lost. I made kind of a map for myself, and I'll see if I can get there. Yeah, this looks like it here. Here's a big sign. Yes, I am now in Quebec. Oh, exciting. Awesome. Bonjour, Quebec. Montreal is about 50 kilometers or 30 miles away. I'm getting very, very, very excited. This is going to be awesome. I can just see a hint of the sunrise in the distance. The horizon is kind of glowing a bit. Here's my turn off to 20 East. So this will take me to the upper part of Montreal, near the Botanical Gardens. It doesn't feel very Christmassy out today. It's like mild and no snow or anything. I've been through a few small towns. I think Montreal is 40 kilometers still. So I have a ways to go. So I'll keep going. So I was hopelessly lost, and then out of nowhere comes the Olympic Stadium, which is right near the Botanical Gardens. I had no idea where I was going. I was lost for like over half an hour. I'm here. I'm at the parking lot at the Montreal Botanical Gardens. I can't believe I found the place. I was hopelessly lost. I thought it was like, I thought I was in the wrong city even. I thought I was way far away from where I wanted to go. And then suddenly that stadium popped into view, and I thought, oh, thank goodness. So it's starting to rain now, so I was going to walk around and have a look at the stadium, because it's quite something. If the rain lets up, I'll go do that. I also can't believe I'm here. I've wanted to come to the Montreal Botanical Gardens and see this bonsai collection ever since I got into bonsai. So it's kind of like it's like the icing on the cake of my bonsai journey, I guess. It's going to be fantastic. What an amazing building. Here's the base of the building. Talk about a futuristic looking building. Here's what the gardens look like before anything's open. There sure is a lot of greenhouses. There's the ticket counter. So I'll have to buy a ticket today. Now, I don't know, it's open down here. Maybe I can walk around the grounds. I'll do that while I'm waiting. It's interesting here, the larch still have their needles on, which is hard to believe. I guess mine still has some needles, but these are kind of yellow-green. Interesting. I was walking around the grounds and it started raining quite hard, so I'm back in the car. I have an hour to wait before it opens. I am here at the Botanical Gardens. I'm in the succulent and cactus section. There's some really impressive plants in here. Over here is an elephant foot tree or a ponytail palm. Check out the size of it. There's my hand. All the way up to the roof. Now the interesting thing about it is check out this one trunk here. It's thin, almost like a ribbon. See that? I've never seen that shape on a ponytail palm. It's kind of interesting. Like, you know, buttress roots, except this is a buttress branch. Really, really cool. There it is in the side view. And then the front view, and then here's the side view, so you can see how thick it is. Yeah, that's interesting that they kind of form those branches. I'm wandering around trying to find the bonsai area, and I think I see it over here. I see a bonsai through there, so let's go in and have a look. This is definitely the right section. So here I go. Wow. Oh, it's quite cool in here. Yeah, it's very cool. Wow. It's a ginkgo forest. Beautiful. Here is a Chinese elm. Now this one is in the book. It's donated by Wu Yi-song from Hong Kong, age 65 years, and it is totally larger than I thought it was. I can't believe the size of it. It's just huge. It's amazing. Yeah, beautiful. And look how small the leaves are. Amazing. Here is a smooth Japanese maple. It's donated by the government of China. Age 50 years. So it's a land water Penjing. You can see the marble pot, the stones at the edge of the land, transitioning into the maples with their roots. Beautiful, just beautiful. Here is another smooth Japanese maple from the Chinese government, age 50 years. Nice to see it without any leaves. It's just amazing. All the branches. Beautiful. I love the pot too. Check out the feet on the pot. That is awesome. And these granite stands or something that they have them on. Amazing. I think this is another one from the book. This is a Chinese elm on a Ying Tak stone, aged 20 years. The accent plant is bamboo, glaucous bamboo, glaucous bamboo, and that's also donated by the Chinese government. But that needs a lot of water. Here is a trident maple. It says age 15 years. And it's a root over rock. Very interesting rock, full of color, texture. Very fine branching on it. Here is the maidenhair tree, or ginkgo biloba, 20 years old. Quite a large pot. So you can see they're arranged in sort of 3 clumps. Looks very natural. And a beautiful forest. There's a close-up of some of the bark texture. Getting really, really nice. Amazing. It's interesting in the greenhouse. So it's got the regular greenhouse, which is amazing. And then it has these walls. And then the windows, so you can see through these windows into the glass behind it. So it's really nice in here. It really gives you a authentic Chinese or Japanese feel. Here is a Chinese pea shrub. There it is, aged 50 years. Very beautiful, nice movement on the trunk. I don't think it's a root over rock. I think those are just the interesting roots. Very fine branching. That's awesome. Here is another Wu Yi Sung tree. Chinese elm, aged 65 years. It too is larger than I imagined it. It's strange only seeing pictures in books. You have no idea what size they are. Beautiful texture on the trunk, that flaking bark. That's really nice. Great branching on it. Here is a smaller Chinese elm, age 40 years. Really nice trunk, nice taper, nice branch structure. Very cool. Here is another Wu Yi Sun tree, age 55 years, from Hong Kong. So it has one living trunk and one deadwood trunk on it. Sort of the upright style. Beautiful branching. Check out the roots on it. They're amazing. Yeah, that's incredible. Nice to see these trees finally in real life. Here's a root over rock trident maple. This is donated by Stanley M. Chin from Maryland, age 40 years. So you can see the little miniature ferns at the base, and then the tree is sort of enveloping the rock, which is a nice textured rock, nice color. And then it comes up to these beautiful branches. Here is a silverberry tree, Ebbing silverberry, aged 60 years, and it was created by Louis Regine Deschamps from Montreal. Wow. So you can see there's a lot of deadwood on the trunk, and the live veins go up. And it's got berries on it, which is exciting. Really cool. Here is a trident maple on a ying tuck stone. Very, very nice. You can see how long it's been on the stone because the roots have really formed to the rock. Yeah, it's just amazing. Beautiful pot too. Here's a Chinese elm donated by the government of China. Yeah, that is amazing, the branches on this Chinese elm. They're just so fine and delicate and refined. Yeah, that's probably one of the most refined bonsai I've seen. That is just amazing. Hello everyone, this is Christian from the comments section.
Hello everyone, I'm a real person.
He's a real person.
Very nice to meet Nigel here in Montreal. Very nice to have him.
Amazing. So when you see Christian in the comments, you can put a face to the name.
Exactly.
Bonjour Christian.
Bonjour everyone.
Here is a Chinese elm, a rock on the wall planting. Really interesting. So you can see the moss on the rock. There's two Chinese elms here. That looks so cool. Almost looks like Avatar, the floating rocks. And very, very old trees. You can see by the bark in there. Really nice.
Beautiful choice, eh, Nigel?
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah, I was just saying some of them are a lot larger than I expected them to be.
Yeah, they're impressive. I mean, when you come in here and you see the trees themselves.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
It is. It's kind of cool to see them in real life.
Yeah, it is actually.
Here's another smooth Japanese maple, aged 50 years, donated by the government of China. This one's interesting because you can see how the trunks, they go backwards away from the viewer and then come forward towards the viewer. It looks really good. I don't see that often in bonsai. It's subtle, but it's there, and it's very interesting. Very, very delicate branch structure. And a beautiful old pot with it. Yeah, that pot is something. Here's another Chinese elm from the government of China, age 80 years. And again, very, very refined canopy on it. You can see the structure there. Old tree. Amazing. I hear the zombie apocalypse in the background. So you can see the hollow trunk on it too. Wow, that is cool. Here is a trident maple, age 45 years, donated by Stanley N.M. Chin from Maryland. So again, a beautiful tapered trunk, beautiful branch structure, wonderful tree. Here is a climbing euonymus, age 50 years, from the government of China. You see the remains of flowers on it.
Nice fall colors. Old pot. Twisty roots. Very cool. Here is a Chinese boxwood, aged 40 years, from the government of China. A very slim trunk on it, but very smooth, nice bark, nicely placed branches, and overall, you know, overall design is very, very nice. Amazing. Here is a trident maple, aged 40 years, donated by Stanley M. Chin from Maryland. So this is a root of a rock, a reddish colored rock. You can see the tree has been growing on this rock for a long, long time. Roots are draping down, subdividing. The roots have nice old bark, just like the top of the tree. Kind of a twin trunk. Very refined. Here is a winter jasmine, aged 35 years, from the government of China. Nice to see in flower. Very, very twisty. Plenty of clip and grow over the years on this one. I can see that. It's just beautiful. Just amazing. Here is a Taiwanese trident maple, aged 100 years, donated by the Botanical Garden of Shanghai. So here is what a really, really old tree looks like. So you can see some of the trunks have died off, and the deadwood, or the live veins, have grown around, callousing around them. It looks really, really good. Ancient. You can see the leaf shape is different from the trident maples we're used to. They're rounded. Some are even oval there. Nice colors. Nice Chinese stone in there. Wow. Very delicate canopy. Here is a golden larch, 50 years old, from the government of China. And you can see it looks a little different than our North American larches. Slightly different. Starting to get a really rough bark on the trunk. Here's a Chinese elm, aged 55 years. So here's another super, super refined Chinese elm. Look at the canopy up here. It's just amazing how much ramification there is. And it's not just ramification, it's going from thick to thin. So it has primary branches, secondary branches, tertiary branches, and even branches off of that, the fine new growth. So very, very refined. Beautiful to see. All the branches are placed beautifully. Yeah. That would take a long time to prune every spring. Wow, that's a very old tree. Very nicely refined. Here's a Chinese elm, donated by Ville de Shanghai, 70 years old. Beautiful bark on it. See the bark? Nice to see that old bark on a Chinese elm. And again, the branch structure is just amazing how it goes from thick to thin. Thick at the base of the branch, tapering to very fine at the outer edges. It takes a lot of years to get that kind of refinement to the tree. Amazing. It's so fine too. In my hand. So fine. Just amazing. Here's a thorny elangus, aged 65 years, from the government of China. Son of a exposed root planting. coming up to a trunk. Very old bark on it and very old twisty branches. Wow. Some of these branches have had a lot of clip and grow on them. Amazing. And they also go from thick to thin. Very nice refinement on the tree. Here's a stone on display, a viewing stone. There's what kind it is, a Taihu stone. Amazing. I don't know where in the world you find stones like these. All these cavities, and I guess it must get a softer rock in those cavities and then it must erode away or something, but just fantastic. Here is another Chinese elm by Lu Shu Ying from Hong Kong, aged 95 years. Really, really amazing. Look at the trunk on it. It's got, you can see the ridges from the roots flowing up the trunk line. That bark, that old bark on these Chinese elms, which is amazing. Nice branch refinement. And this pot is just something out of this world. It's got bats on it. That is a cool pot. And I love the color of the pot. Yeah, that is an amazing tree. Not a small one either. Here in the lobby is a Thuja occidentalis. I've seen this one in the book. Real beauty, this one. It's got all that interplay between live and dead wood. And it looks like it's in a steel pot. Steel pot with mesh. I'm not sure what that is, but it's very interesting. Here is a coastal redwood. There we are, age 130 years. Amazing. And what a tree. Lots of dead wood. Some pretty thick live veins on it too. Wow. What a wonderful tree. Here is a model of the layout of all the greenhouses here. So at present we are here, and the bonsai and Penjing are way down here. Right in here. So there's all different greenhouses that all have different temperatures and humidities, and it's just fascinating. We've been through most of them now, Kristen and I. And yeah, it's a fantastic place to visit. Just absolutely fantastic.